Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. After invoking the blessings of Dakshinamurti, Adi Shankara, and our Arshavidya Guru Parampara, we welcome Swamini Sumatmananda ji and our Mumukshus to the first day of our Shankara Jayanti Utsava, which will feature 5-minute capsules and bhajans in praise of Adi Shankaracharya presented by our students. We will start with the Guru Parampara prayer.
By Shruti.
Shankaracharya-varyam Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Dharma prachareti daksham yogi govinda padapta sanyasa diksham durvadi garvapanotam padma padati sishyali samsevya patam Shri Shankaracharya varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya varyam Shankadridambolileelam Kinkarashesha-shishyali Santranashilam Balarkanikashachelam Bodhita-sesha-vedanta-gudhartha-jalam Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Rudrakshamala-vibhusham Chandramaulishwara-radhanavaptatosham Vidravitasesha-dosham Bhadrapuka-pradam bhakta-nitlokasya nityam Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Papatavichitrabanum Jnanadipena hardam tamovarayantam Dvaipayana pritibhajam Sarvatapapahamogabodhapradam tam Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Rajatiraja-vipujyam Ramya Shringadrivasaikalolaiatityam Rakendu Sankashavakram Ratnagarbe Bhavatrangri Pujyanuraktam Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Shri Bharati Tirtha-geetam Shankararasya Vayyapathe Bhakti-yuktaha Sovapnuyat sarvamishtam Shankaracharya-varya prasadena turnam Shri Shankaracharya-varyam Sarvalokaikavandyam Bhaje Deshikendram Shri Shankaracharya-varyam.
Thank you for this auspicious and tuneful rendition, Shruti. I just need to give a little introduction that I didn't do ahead. Shruti, most of you know her. She has done her chemical engineering from Amritanandamayi College, Coimbatore, as well as part-time. MBA from Bhartiyar University, Coimbatore. She worked in the banking sector for 5 years and has switched to software. She loves music and has a lovely trained voice that we just heard. The song that she rendered was written and composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the 36th Jagadguru of the Sri Devi Sharada Peetham, Sri Bharati Tirtha Mahaswami. Thank you so much for this tuneful rendition. Now Priya will offer the Ganesha Pancharatna.
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. मुदाकराक्तमोदकं तदा विमुक्तिसाधकं कलादरावदंशकं विदातिलोकरक्षकम् अनायकैकनायकं किलातिदेवदैत्यकं तथासुतासुनाटकं नमामि तं विनायकं रतीतरातिभीकरं नवोविताख्यभास्वरं नमस्तुरारिनिद्धरं नतातिकावदुद्धरं सुरेश्वरं निधीश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरं महेश्वरं तमाश्रये परात्परं निरन्तरं समस्तलोकशङ्करं निरस्तदैत्यकुञ्जरं दरिदरो वरं वरं वरे भवक्रमस्तरं कृपाकरं क्षमाकरं उदाकरं यशस्करं मनस्करं नमस्कृतं नमस्तलोनिभास्वरम् अकिञ्चनातिमार्जनं चिरन्तरोतिभाजनं पुरारिपूर्वनन्दनं सुरारिगर्वसर्वणं प्रपञ्चनाथभीषणं जनञ्जयादिभूषणं कपोलदानवारणं भजे पुराणवारणं नितान्तकान्तमन्तकान्तदन्तकान्तकात्मजम् अचिन्त्यरूपमन्तहीनमन्तयानकृन्तरं हृदन्तरे निरन्तरं वसन्तमेव योगिनं तमेव तन्तमेवदं विचिन्तयामि शङ्करं महागणेश पञ्चरन्तमादरेण योन्वगं प्रजल्पति प्रभातके हृदीश्वरं गणेश्वरम् अशोषतामदोषतं सुसाहितिं सुपुत्रतं संहायितायुरश्वभूतिमच्युभैति सोचिरा महागणेश पञ्चरन्तमादरेण योन्वगं प्रजल्पति प्रभातके हृदीश्वरं गणेश्वरम् अशोषतामदोषतं सुसाहितिं सुपुत्रतं संहायितायुरश्वभूतिमच्युभैति सोचिरा.
With Priya's beautiful Shri Ganesh to our Utsav, I now invite Amma to present the inaugural Guru Parampara prayers and address.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hara Hara Shankara, Jaya Jaya Shankara. Let us all chant these traditional prayers for the entire Guru Parampara. Om Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtham Shaktin cha Tatputra Paracharan cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Sri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadam cha Hastamalakan cha Shishyam Tantotakam Vartikakaramanyaan Asmas Gurun Santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagini Vyomavat Vyakta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. On this auspicious occasion today, celebrating the Jayanti of Bhagavad Pada Adi Shankaracharya, we all bow down at his feet. And to the person who is described as a Alayam. Alayam is a temple of the entire range of Shastras, Shruti, Smriti, Puranas, all the Vidya, and who is Shankaroti iti Shankaraha, the one who is a blessing to the entire humanity, and who is a tireless sevak, and also the one who is a ocean of compassion. Yeah, Swami Chinmayananda ji describes Adi Shankaracharya as a brilliant visionary, a deep thinker, very sweetly emotional, but relentlessly logical, and a tireless sevak of our great land, Bharat. Yeah? And the contributions of Adi Shankaracharya in a short span of 32 years have been totally phenomenal. But one thing comes to my mind is that how he unified the entire Bharat, despite the diversity of cuisines, the mindsets, and the languages, the dialects, the sense of dress. There's so many differences, but they're all unified under the one banner of Sanatana Dharma. Yeah. And we see that how in Adi Shankaracharya, who is a legend and divinity personified, the head, the heart, and the hand are so beautifully harmonized. Yeah. And today I would like to offer a tribute in the form of a song. Just as Totaka, a devoted Shishya of Adi Shankaracharya, offered an Ashtakam, which we will hear about later, to his Guru Adi Shankaracharya, Puja Swamiji has also composed a beautiful Kriti, a composition in honor of Adi Shankaracharya. So I would like to briefly explain the song because it beautifully captures the multifaceted personality of Adi Shankaracharya. We all know Adi Shankaracharya very well as a teacher, an acharya, because we have studied some of his works. But there are so many dimensions of his multifaceted personality, which we will get to know more as speakers today share their insight. So here is the song. Some of you have heard it on an earlier Shankara Jayanti, I'm sure. So the song, Shankaracharyam Bhaje Ma. Adi Shankaracharyam Bhaje Ma. May we all worship Adi Shankaracharya. Who is Adi Shankaracharya? Shiva Shankara Rupam Arupam, who is none other than the incarnation of the auspicious Lord Shiva, but is also essentially formless, Arupam. Then Advayananda Karam, who bestows the great blessing of the Advaita Jnanam, the Satchit Ananda Swarupa Jnanam, and who is a Yativara and a Guruvara. Yati means sannyasi, who is the most exalted of all the sannyasis and of all the gurus. Yativaram, Guruvaram, Advayanandakaram, Vayam, we all, may we all worship Bhajema. Totakadi Hrit Bhavita Charanam, whose feet, Charana, are enshrined in the hearts of such devotees and Shishyas like Totaka. Vidita Khila Shastra Sudha Jaladhim. Yeah, and who is a Jaladhi? Jaladhi is a reservoir, an ocean. Who is an ocean of Sudha, the nectar of the well assimilated knowledge. Vidita Khila Shastra Sudha Jaladhim. Aghatita Maya Bhava Apaharam, who dispels the darkness of the Avidya Maya, the samsara born of Avidya Maya. And we can also say here Aganita. Aganita is the countless, beginningless Maya. But great acharyas like Adi Shankaracharya dispel the darkness. Haram Shruti Saram Varam Varam. Haram is Hara. No? So Shankaracharya is Harati. No? He dispels and removes the darkness from our life, and who is the essence of all the Shruti. No? Shruti Saram. Varam Varam. Repeatedly may one worship and take refuge at the feet of Adi Shankaracharya. Kushagra Buddhi Vishesha Vijnatam. Adi Shankaracharya is to be known. Vijnatam how? By the Sukshma Samskrita Buddhi. And here it is called Kushagra Buddhi. Remember, Kusha is a sharp grasp. So the purified, steadied, one-pointed Ekagrita Manas alone can capture the spirit of Adi Shankaracharya and his teachings. Isha Kenadi Bhashya Vikyatam, and who is famous, Vikyatam, through the Bhashyas, the commentaries that Shankaracharya has written on the 10 principal Upanishads and many other works. Vijnata Paratma Nijaswarupam. And then what? Adi Shankaracharya is the one to be discovered where? In one's own heart. Yeah? And in one's own heart, Vijnata Paratma Nijaswarupam, as the Atma Tattvam. Neyam means it has to be known. Dheyam, to be meditated upon. So Neyam will include Shravanam and Mananam. Shravanam, Mananam. Dheyam is Vedantic meditation or Nididhyasanam. Geyam. Geyam is to be sung. We have to sing the glory of Shankaracharya to Ashtottarams, the songs as we are doing today. Vayam and all of us. So this is a song, Maharaja Santanam has set it to music, Sangeeta Kalanidhi in Mohanam Ragam, and I'm going to chant it briefly for all of you. Okay? Shankaracharyam bhajema Adi Shankaracharyam bhajema Adi Shankaracharyam bhajema Shiva Shankara Rupam Arupam Advayanandakaram Yativaram Guruvaram Shankaracharyam bhajema Shiva Shankara Rupam Arupam Advayanandakaram Yativaram Guruvaram Shankaracharyam bhajema Totakadihrit bhavita charanam Totakadihrit bhavita charanam Viditakhila shastra sudha jaladhim Totakadihrit bhavita charanam Viditakhila shastra sudha jaladhim Aghatita maya bhava apaharam Aganita maya bhava apaharam Haram shruti saram Varam varam Aghatita maya bhava apaharam Haram shruti saram Varam varam Kushagra buddhi vishesha vijnatam Kushagra buddhi vishesha vijnatam Isha kenadi bhashya vikyatam Kushagra buddhi vishesha vijnatam Isha kenadi bhashya vikyatam Vijnata paratma nija swarupam Vijnata paratma nija swarupam Neyam dheyam geyam vayam Neyam dheyam geyam vayam Shankaracharya भजे मा आदिशङ्कराचार्यं भजे मा शिव शङ्कररूपम् अरूपम् अद्वयानन्दकरम् यतिवरं गुरुवरं शङ्कराचार्यं भजे मा भजे मा भजे मा. Jai Jai Shankara, Har Har Shankara. So on behalf of everyone, many blessings and best wishes for everyone. We are eagerly awaiting for Deepa to guide us through the remaining events of the day. And Om Tat Sat. Over to you, Deepa.
Oh, Mama, your tribute to the most exalted of all gurus, Adi Shankara, was lovely. Thank you for distilling and presenting the nectar of well-assimilated knowledge to your mumukshus. Now, I will call upon Rajeshwari to present the very first topic, Adi Shankara as a down-to-earth teacher.
Hari Om, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Jai Jai Shankara, Har Har Shankara. I feel so blessed to take part in this auspicious Sri Adi Shankaracharya Jayanti along with you all. I thank our Guru Swamini Sumatmananda ji for giving us the opportunity to celebrate the legend Mahan Sri Adi Shankaracharya. How important and precious is this day? We fully realize when we celebrate his Jayanti day by assimilating his teaching and sharing our takeaways. My topic today is Sri Adi Shankaracharya, the down-to-earth teacher. Before knowing him as a teacher, let us listen about his childhood days. It is said that Bhagavan Shankara himself took avatar and for the sake of his devotees Shivaguru and Aryambal, as they opted to have a brilliant child who was born in Kaladi, they named him as Shankara. By the age of 2, he could read, write Sanskrit. At the age of 4, he learned all the 4 Vedas. When he turned 12, he left his home and became a sannyasi. Shankara sought and met his guru, Sri Govinda Padacharya, in Narmada Valley and blessed by his guru, Govinda Padacharya. Shankara traveled throughout the country to spread the knowledge. He is best known for his Advaita Vedanta Darshan or vision. He taught that Supreme Brahma is Nirguna without gunas, Nirakara the formless, Nirvishesha no attributes, and Akarta actionless. He held many debates with learned intellectuals in many places, which continued for many hours, even for days. Many villagers who were watching the debates got impressed and started following his teaching. Traditionally, Advaita Vedanta works are threefolds: Bhashya, the commentaries, the Prakarana Granthas, short explanatory work, and Stotram or devotional hymn. The commentaries serve to provide a consistent interpretation of the scriptural texts from the perspective of Advaita Vedanta. Adi Shankara wrote Bhashyam or commentaries on many works like Brahma Sutra, Principal Upanishads, and chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Prakarana Granthas include Viveka Chudamani, Ekashloki, Manisha Panchakam, Atma Bodha, to name a few. Further, Shankara composed about 70 plus stotrams on various deities like Ganesha Pancharatnam, Annapurna Stotram, Kalabhairavashtakam, etc. Spellbound and spectacular work, isn't it? His contribution for this world and for the cause of Sanatana Dharma, Shankara unified the whole Bharat under one banner. Is this not enough to say who are down to an earth teacher? Further, he established 4 mutts in 4 corners of Bharat. Govardhana Pita in east, near Puri in Odisha state, and headed by his disciple Padma Padacharya as his first Acharya in that mutt. In north, he established Jyotir Mutt in Uttarakhand. Totakacharya was headed and was the first Acharya of that mutt. In west, in the town of Dwaraka, he made Hastamalakacharya as the head and first Acharya of that mutt. And in south, in the holy town of Sringeri, Sharada Peetam was established, and with Sureshwaracharya as the first teacher of that mutt. In east, they study Tattvam Asi Mahavakyam from Samaveda. In north, I am Atma Brahma Mahavakya from Atharva Veda. In west, Prajnanam Brahman from Rigveda. And in south, Aham Brahmasmi Mahavakya from Yajurveda. How meticulously Shankara has planned and established glory of 4 Vedas to spread all around our Akhanda Bharat. Glory to Shankara, glory to our Guru Parampara, glory to Sanatana Dharma. அரிது அரிது மானிடராய் பிறத்தலரிது பிறந்தாலும் ஊன்குருடு செவிடு பேடு நீங்கி பிறத்தலரிது. It's a great Tamil quote. It is tough to be born as a human. If at all we were born as a human, it is tough to born without any disabilities like blind or mute. Even many Tamilians in this group know this much only about this quote. This quote doesn't end here. அரிது அரிது மானிடராய் பிறத்தலரிது பிறந்தாலும் கூன்குருடு செவிடு பேடு நீங்கி பிறத்தலரிது. கூன்குருடு செவிடு பேடு நீங்கி பிறந்தாலும் ஞானமும் கல்வியும் நயத்தலரிது. It says it is tough to born as human. If at all we were born as humans, it is tough to born without any disabilities like blind or mute. If at all we born without any disabilities, it is tough to gain para and apara vidya. It is tough to get spiritual knowledge and education. So let us all realize the fact that how much punyam we did to get this birth without any disabilities, and how much punyam we gain to be a Bharatiya and to be in this Guru Parampara. We all must be grateful to Sri Adi Shankaracharya, Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji, and to our Guru Swamini Sumatmananda. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Rajeshwari, for this most amazing introduction that you gave to our Param Guru. We did not know so many about this, especially what you gave about the Tamilian, the small snippet. So now I will call upon Hema Iyer, who will now speak to us on the next topic. Who are the blessed ones and what is their wealth? Over to you, Hema.
Please unmute yourself. You have not unmuted Hema, ma'am. Please unmute.
Om Gurubhyo Namaha. My namaskar to Adi Shankaracharya, our Guru Parampara Acharyas, and Swamini, our mentor Swamini Sumatmananda ji. I am indeed blessed to present this Dhanyastakam and to share this insight. I really feel blessed. Dhanyastakam comprises of 8 verses, very profound, and this is composed for upliftment of human and upliftment of our Sanatana Dharma. It propounds that anyone blessed with the knowledge of Parabrahman can attain peace and happiness by surrendering the ego and engaging in self-inquiry. What is the meaning of to be blessed? Are the likes of Ambani, Adnani are blessed? Oh yes, they are blessed with divine wealth. Our teachers
Hema, 1 minute. You need to unmute yourself, Hema. You got muted. Can you unmute yourself? Hema? Yes,
we
please go
are
ahead.
Are the likes of Ambani, Advani considered to be blessed? Yes, they are showered with the grace of wealth. Are doctors, engineers blessed? Yes, they too have grace, divine grace. Are we blessed? Yes, we are blessed with human body, intellect, and mind. But why still I feel empty? Because this is due to the lack of knowledge. I have to go inside and search what is there inside and get the knowledge of to get the ultimate bliss. Then I can exclaim, I am dhanya, dhanya, dhanya. But what is truly constitute blessedness? For many, it is completing their education, getting good job, acquiring material things, having status, then having children, settling down. That's it. They think they are blessed ones. There are people who feel just like after tasting a jalebi, for some time we feel the sweetness, then after swallowing it, it goes away. Similarly, spiritual seekers, they feel empty. They need more to know about what is actually blessedness. So, for knowing this, a blessing of Guru is must. We should have to take help from learned Guru, just like we all have. Now, in Tulsi Ramayana, when the battle began with Rama and Ravana, when after some time when Kumbhakarna came, Vibhishana seeing Kumbhakarna came forward, bowed, folded hand and said, I have to be in Rama's camp because of the following things happened. Please, excuse me. Kumbhakarna said, oh, you are dhanya, dhanya, dhanya. You have the blessings of Rama. Serve him wholeheartedly. That is the true blessedness. Now, for Krishna says, there are people who are blessed with everything, still feel empty. But his divine grace, divine vision, he might take all the wealth they have acquired. But still, they consider to be blessed because of their vairagya, virakti, and they are happy with what they have. Material possession and dispassion accompanied with thirst of knowledge should be the main aim of Mumbishkus. A desire to realize Brahma, ultimate reality, marks the highest form of blessedness. In Viveka Chudamani, Acharya describes the journey of qualified seeker pleading with Guru for liberation from the cycles of birth and death. Upon understanding the nature of bondage, the seeker progresses towards the realization of oneness with the divine. Now, the stage of realization span from worldly enjoyment to dispassion, culminating to an intense yearning for spiritual knowledge and the pinnacle of blessedness. How to foster a blissful experience? I think there are three principles are needed. Acceptance. Embrace life as it is without feeling, without dwelling on imperfections. Second, self-love. Nurture love, spread love to the whole humanity and the whole world. Thirdly, gratitude. Reflect on the blessings in life, fostering enduring happiness. Now, a seeker slowly, after acquiring wealth, material, a stage comes, he feels that he will develop virakti, vairagya, then goes for a guru, then he seeks knowledge. After getting knowledge, he finally realizes there is nothing else which gives permanent happiness except understanding the self. So what are the benefits of Danyastakam? It provides guidance towards true blessedness and spiritual realization. Transforms one's attitude towards life, fostering inner peace. Facilitates divine realization through chanting. Brings solace and opens door to spiritual growth and happiness. Purifies mind and dispels adversities in life. Amma, I'm grateful for giving me this opportunity to present the insight of Danyastakam. I'm really blessed to have you as my guru. I'm thankful to all the minshus of our group. Your blessings have made me to present and give my little insight of this Danyastakam. मैं धन्य हो गई, धन्य धन्य धन्य. Om Tassat.
Thank you, Hema, for your lovely recap of the true nature of Dhanam. I will now call upon Bharti, who will enlighten us on the nature of Jiva and Ishvara.
My namaskarams to Adi Shankaracharya ji, Swami Dayanand ji, Saraswati ji, and Amma. Om, and to all the sadhakas on the session. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Nature of Jiva and Ishvara is my topic. Vedanta gives two sets of concepts about Jiva in the individual and Ishvara. One concept is the practical and the other is the absolute. The practical concept prepares the Jiva to proceed towards the absolute concept, Paravidya to Aparavidya. Jiva. The Jiva is the body, Anatma, which can be experienced, seen by oneself and others. The body has various organs, indriyanis, which facilitate various actions. This is the Stula Sharira. Along with this, the Jiva has a mind, which cannot be seen by others, but Jiva alone knows of one's thoughts, memories, emotions, and knowledge. This is the Sukshma Sharira. There is one more layer which has the facility of the free will. This layer stores the karma phala and also can influence one's decision. This is what gives his or her individuality. This is called the Karana Sharira. Lending sentient to the above three is Chaitanya, that is Atman. The Atman, when associated with one or more of the three bodies, is called Jivatma. Jivatma, along with the Karana Sharira, is Jiva. The Jiva is one's real identity in the practical and transactional world. The body and mind are the instruments through which one experiences the world and one expresses oneself. However, the real identity of a person is the free will which is responsible for actions and decisions. Everything that happens in life is a result of the decisions taken in the past. One cannot escape it even at death. Ishvara. Ishvara is both the material and intelligent cause for all creations. Ishvara is the Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Karanam of the Jagat. The sum total of the existence is Ishvara. The whole physical universe is part of his physical body. Minds of all the beings put together are part of his mind. All the karma phala of the Jivatma is part of his karma phala. He identifies himself with all beings. He is formless, not limited by space and time or any individuality. He has absolute control over his physical nature. However, he does not interfere in the way of each individual jiva who exercises of his own free will. Thus, Ishvara has manifested as a Jagat around us, including the sentient and the insentient beings. He is the pure consciousness that reflects in the Karana Sharira to give the Jiva the individuality. The ultimate goal of life is not pleasure or possessions. It is to attain wisdom, jnana. Ishvara creates situations in the life of the Jiva with pain and pleasure according to one's karma phala to enable the Jiva to gain knowledge and that everything is Ishvara only. All actions of Jiva become an offering, arpana to Ishvara, and to accept the results, good or bad, as a gift of, as a prasada from him graciously. When this is gained, the jiva goes deeper within and is free from moha, that is attachment, and any expectations in return. At this stage, when a guru enters into the life of a jivatma, the jiva has evolved from pursuing the ritualistic lifestyle prescribed in the karma kanda to a level where he embraces jnana marga and dedicates his life to Ishvara with shravanam, mananam, and nididhyasana. Ishvara is everywhere, and the jiva's body encloses the original consciousness, Ishvara within itself. Like the analogy of the space and the clay pot, space is everywhere, and the clay pot simply encloses a bit of the space in the universe. A quote from Adi Shankaracharya's text of the Bhaja Govindam. Ma kuru dhana jana yovana garvam harati nimesha hatha kala sarvam मायामयमिदम् अखिलं हित्वा बुद्धव ब्रह्मपदं त्वं प्रविश विदित्वा. Do not take pride in wealth, lineage, and youth. Each of these is destroyed within an instant by time. Free yourself from the illusion of the world of Maya, and having realized the truth, dwell in the awareness of your own self as the Brahman, the Absolute. Thank you, Amma. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bharti. That was a delightful presentation. Now I will call upon Hema Malini, who will now share her Mananam on Vishnu Sahasranama interpretations of Shankara. Over to you.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. My pranams to Swamini Sumatananda and to everyone present here. Today I'm talking about Vishnu Sahasranamam. Vishnu Sahasranamam. We all have grown up listening to this and reciting this. It's a garland of 1,000 namas or names in the praise of Bhagwan Vishnu. This stotram has been handed over generations to become an important part of our spiritual routine. The commentary or bhashyam on Vishnu Sahasranamam was first written by Adi Shankaracharya. Now there is an interesting story behind this. Sri Shankaracharya actually wanted to start with the commentaries of Lalita Sahasranamam. He asked one of his disciples to bring a palm leaf manuscript of Lalita Sahasranamam. His disciple went to the room where all the manuscripts were kept and he came back with the manuscript. When Shankara opened it, he found it was Vishnu Sahasranamam. He called the disciple and said, "You made a mistake. Please go back and bring the other manuscript." So the disciple returned. Shankara found when he returned, again when he opened it, it was Vishnu Sahasranamam. Now Shankara advised the disciple, "Please be careful. I'm sending you for the third time. I do not want Vishnu Sahasranamam. Please bring me Lalita Sahasranamam." The disciple obediently goes and comes back, and third time, once again, Shankaracharya sees that it is Vishnu Sahasranamam. He starts to get annoyed and scold the boy and ask him that, "Did you not understand?" But suddenly he realizes that the goddess wanted him to write commentaries on Vishnu Sahasranamam first. So he set about to the task and completed this divine task which was set to him by the goddess. The origin of Vishnu Sahasranama. It is interesting to contemplate on the circumstances under which this came into existence. Yudhishthira, the eldest of the 5 Pandavas, was mentally depleted because of the war. Bhishma, his dear grandfather, was lying on the deathbed. With his passing away, his irreplaceable wisdom, based on experiences of his long life of virtue and righteousness, was about to be lost to the world. So sage Vyasa and Sri Krishna advised Yudhishthira, who himself was epitome of virtue, told him, "Go to your grandfather and talk to him and ask him advice on all aspects of life. Yudhishthira did as advised, and a series of dialogues ensued between the two, witnessed by Lord Krishna and great sages, including Vedavyasa. In one of these sessions, Yudhishthira sought Bhima's advice on the easiest and the best means by which mankind can attain lasting happiness, peace of mind, and relief from all bondage and sorrow. This was the setting in which Sri Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram was imparted, with the welfare of all the future generations also in mind. It is to be noted that this was recited by Bhishma on the bed of arrows during the Mahabharata war. It is believed that regularly chanting these 1,000 names of Lord safeguards us from any obstacles in life. Of all the bhashyams written by Sri Shankara of the religious scriptures, this was the very first one. Sri Shankaracharya emphasizes the importance of reciting Vishnu Sahasranamam in also Bhaja Govindam. He says, Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram. So it is again reiterated in the Bhaja Govindam also. Now, what is my takeaway? When I was going through the 1,000 names and trying to choose which name should I describe, I found there was so much connection to nature. And at that moment, I found myself complaining about the heat. It's so hot, it is so humid. And I realized at every point of the year, I'm either complaining about the heat or the cold or the rain or something to do with nature. But then when I went through the 1,000 names, I realized that all this is created by the God. And there are reasons for this. If there is no heat, there will be no rain clouds, there will be no rain. If there is no rain, there will be no life. So I just chose few names from Vishnu Sahasranamam that connect Lord and tell us that he is nature. The first one is Kumudaha. Kumudahar. You please Mother Earth and make her joyful. Kundaha, meaning as pure and as fragrant as a jasmine flower. Parjanya means you manifest rain-bearing clouds. Suvarnaha, one with wings or foliage or leaves. Kapihi means one who is a monkey, or in other words, one who brings rain, that is the sun. Shishiraha, it's a season, cool season like the pre-winters. Lord is nothing but that. And ultimately, Bhuta Brit, one who supports, sustains, or governs the entire universe. So all the nature has been governed and created by him. And that is what is my major takeaway from Vishnu Sahasranama. Finally, the reasons why this stotram is identified for greatness, that is, it is the essence of Mahabharata. Sages like Narada, the Alvars, and the great composer Saint Tyagaraja also have made repeated references to these works. The person who preserved it for the world is none other than sage Vedavyasa. The great Bhishma declared it is the best and the easiest of all dharmas and the means to attain relief from all bondage. It is widely accepted that chanting of this stotram will definitely give us peace of mind and lead us towards happiness and wellness. And this Vishnu Sahasranamam is in conformity with the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So thus, this great stotram was, the commentary is written by Sri Shankaracharya for all of us to read forever. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Hema. Your anecdotal style was captivating. I will now call upon Indra, who will enlighten us on the pursuit of knowledge as the means to moksha.
Om Amma. My topic is the pursuit of knowledge as a means to moksha. We can pursue Atma by knowledge gained by the intellect in the heart space. Those who knows this becomes immortal. That is Samyukta Darshanam. Even in the Brahma Loka, probability of moksha is rare. When the punyam you have earned, it is finishes, then you will be again pushed to birth and death cycle of samsara. To acquire this knowledge, we need this 9-gated body. The Sushma and subtle intellect is needed to know Atma is formless, changeless, Nityavastu, and not an object, not even visible by microscope. Then to get the clarity of Brahma Satyam Jagan Mityam, you go to the highest state in which the 5 organs of knowledge and mind abide in the Atma. The intellect does not waver. He disciplines the sense organs with the mind, that is chitta ekagrata. It is got when the student with an open, trusting mind and humbleness and deep devotion approaches a guru to understand Tattvamasi Vakya, thou art. That is, oneness of the individual and the Lord is realized through the enquiry into the statement Tattvamasi by the words of Vedanta and teachings of Sadguru, in whom the vision of truth is born in all beings, are liberated while living, called as Jivana Mukta. The Guru explains that the truth alone existed before the creation, and from it emerged the whole entire creation like a gold ornament from gold. Then the Tattvamasi Vakya, even Tyagaraja has told in a Kriti deep with elaborate meaning. And we had been singing just like that without knowing the meaning. Now, after coming to Amma only, we have not known the meaning now. To go to the Jnana Kanda, initially, you have to follow the Karma Kanda, do Yajna, Dhana, Tapas, Puja, then pilgrimage, etc. And with the Sadguru's help, to get the Jnanam by doing Shavanam, Mananam, Niti Dhyasanam. And no, Jnana Bhakti is Eka Bhakti, and this cognitive understanding one reveals in every Atma, as told by Shankara, the Advaita Jnanam. We can take the example of a pole vaulter, uses the long stick initially to cross the height and then leaves it when he jumps. Then to arrive at oneness, you have to know among the three bodies, 5 koshas, Atma is distinct and free from these. That is Sharira Traya Viveka Prakriya is subject to time. Then Avastha Traya Prakriya, nothing can cover the limitless Atma. The problems and identification with the koshas and conclusions make you sad and happy and suffer also. Also, whatever you observe, you are not that. You see a book, you see a pen, but you are not that the book or that pen. That this is Drika, Drishya, Viveka. Our Atma bodies are Trigunaatmik, and all the 3 gunas, Sattva, Tamas, Rajas, it has to be kept in balance. And Sattva Guna is the superior one. In the waking stage, we have Sattva Guna, that is the learning mode. Dream state, no more Jagrata, the mind is active, the sign of Rajas. Then left behind Vasanas are projected in dream state. In Karna Shariram, dream teaches by the power of Maya, makes the possible impossible. We get the knowledge, life is a long dream. It is not absolutely real. But Jnani attains Nirvikalpa state even in his dream. They have awareness, Jagrat Avastha. That is very important for a Mumukshu. Ajnani is fully awake. And Ajnanis, they are fully awakened people with individuality will be there. And Daivatam struggle will happen. And you will be always Sukhi Dukhi. But deeply, you are in your Ananda Swarupa. That is, you don't do anything. Atma I doesn't change. It is screen-like and face-like. We know Ghatakasha and Chidakasha are same. Space room, garden, Russia space, aerospace, all are one. We know that. Shift from Anatma I to Atma I is self-knowledge. Whole Jagat is Nama Rupa with Kriya. Jagat cannot pull me or push me. Jagat is a dependent identity. So the shell we see in the beach is projected as a silver coin, is a superimposition, that is Adya Rupa Apavada. When the not self is negated in its entirety, what remains is the pure self, the truth. The fourfold qualifications are also necessary to gain the self-knowledge. the capacity to discriminate between permanent and impermanent, then the dispassion towards enjoyment of the fruits of one's action here and hereafter, and the group of 6 accomplishments like Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Chitta Ekagrata, these are all needed. The real Sat is that which remains same in all 3 periods of time. It does not get negated under any condition from any standpoint. It is changeless and ever the same. So Jivan Mukta is like a Sakshi bird. He doesn't have the fear of death, and he does not suffer from no limitations. So he is Prakasha Rupa, like a principle that enlivens all living beings. Self is self in one is a self in all. Love all has his own self. There is no actual merging. The same Ghatakasha and Chidakasha are same, and there is no actual, when the pot is broken also, there is no actual merging. Space was always there, one and all pervading, even when the pot existed. See, the oneness of the individual and the Lord is realized through the enquiry into the statement Tattvamasi, that thou art. Guru explains the truth alone existed before creation. This I have told. Having attained the supreme bliss, there is nothing more to be attained, praptavya, and therefore there remains nothing more to be done, no kartavya also. He may perform duties, but he does so with complete detachment, performs actions out of sense of fulfillment and with love for all equanimity. He does not seek freedom from action as he experiences freedom even in action. The casual body, the cause and gross subtle bodies of the wise man is destroyed by knowledge of the self. No more worth for him. That we know. Then,
Raji, time is exceeded.
Yeah, now I finish.
Thank you.
The oneness of individual and the Lord is realized through the enquiry into the statement, Tattvamasi, I told you. And our Guru, Swamini Amma also taught us this knowledge through so many prakaranas, Ramagita, Uddhava Gita, Upanishad, Gita. So I thank Amma for teaching us this self-knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing the roadmap to pursue Jnanam and Moksha. It was very illuminating. Our next speaker is Vatsala, who will enlighten us on the 3 orders of reality.
Om Gurubhyo Namaha. My namaskarams to you, Amma, and to all the others present. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. In the Vedanta literature, there are 3 notions of reality: Pratibhasika Satya, Vyavaharika Satya, and the Paramarthika Satya. Before we start thinking of these 3 realities, we have to be sure that truth is only one and is never threefold. Our perceptions at different situations are the reflections of the narrations. Pratibhasika Satya has no basis, no foundation, no existence. It is our make-believe situations, our illusions. The best example is the reality during dream sequence. This level is Jiva Shakti, created by our own selves. The dream, snake, and the rope, hallucinations, etc. So from the Vyavaharika level, these things are unreal. All entities in the dream are unreal as they are perceived inside the body. It is not reasonable for a dreamer to go out in order to experience the objects seen in his dream, nor does he find himself in places seen in the dream when he wakes up. The waking state, through false knowledge, appears to handle objects as if they were real. So also in dreams, he perceives false knowledge existence of objects is possible in the dream state alone. Vyavaharika Satya defines by Sat, Asat Vilakshana. It is neither existent nor non-existent. Sat cannot be negated at any time, and it is neither existent. Sat cannot be negated at any time, and Asat cannot be perceived as existing in any basis whatsoever. Asat cannot be the negation of Sat. Sat and Asat are contraries. The nature of existence in the case of Brahman and the world is different, and they have different levels of reality. Brahman is of higher order of reality, hence is Paramarthika Satya, while the world possesses Vyavaharika Satya. The world is not Sat because it is different from Sat. Vyavaharika Satya also means conventional existence. Our practical needs are met only in Vyavaharika realm. This is because Sat is non-dual. The difference between objects requires actions born of desire and repulsion. Us cannot motivate any action. Even though we see many forms, many faces, many races, caste and creed in this world, we must know that God is present in all of them. In reality, the inner being is only one. The ones with Samadrishti and Samabhava will see God with different names and forms. When we stand in front of a mirror, we see our image in the mirror. But when we move away, the image vanishes. Here, the reflection depends on the original object. In this situation, there is one basis. The original object which is there is no reflection. This is referred or illustrated as Vyavaharika Satya. The third is the truth and is an entity that is present all the time and everywhere. This is internal reality and is referred to as Paramarthika Satya. There are a number of examples like gold and gold ornaments, clay and clay pot, bulbs in different hues and voltages. Whatever is done at the Vyavaharika level. Even the explanation of Paramarthika Satya are also at the Vyavaharika level. Except Brahman, no one knows Paramarthika Satya is at Vyavaharika level. In the reference point of rope and the snake, the rope is at Vyavaharika level. Due to darkness, the rope appears as snake. The truth is understood only when light falls on it and revealed. Here, this level is Ishvara Shrishti. The universe we see and perceive is through the Maya of Ishvara. The universe we see and perceive is non-existent from the start to end and is definitely non-existent. The objects which we see are really like illusions, yet they are regarded as real. The dream analogy is used as an example to point to Paramarthika Satya reality using a Vyavaharika framework. The Paramarthika truth level requires us to extend our understanding beyond the Vyavaharika level. Consequently, truth or self-realization can never be described in words. Everything that is written, everything that is spoken or remembered will fall into the Vyavaharika level. Thank you. Om Sat Tat Sat. Thank you.
Thank you for deconstructing it so well for us. It was a tough topic. I will now call upon Kalyani Wala, who will give us the gist of the brilliance of the Dakshinamurti Stotra.
Om Amma. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I offer my humble namaskarams to Adi Shankara on this special day, who has bestowed us immense wisdom through various lokas and text. My topic today is Brilliance of Dakshinamurti Sostram. Dakshinamurti, as we all know, is the Adi Guru, Guru Swarupa of Lord Shiva, and he is the supreme god of knowledge. Dakshinamurti revels in his silence, and in that complete stillness, by the power of his mind, he transmits the highest knowledge in the minds of his disciples. Adi Shankara's Dakshinamurti Sostram is highly revered in the tradition. This Sostram is a typical Prakarana Grantha, which defines the essence of Advaita in 10 brilliant verses. This first verse starts like Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोत् भूतं यदा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवात्मयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये. Here, Shankara explains that the whole universe is like a reflected image in the mirror. Though the image appears real, actually it is not. The universe has no being on its own. Perception of everything in the world is felt inside us. Just like mirror supports the image, the Nityavastu Atma is supporting and illuminating the Anatma body and mind. Due to the veil of ignorance, we consider them as two different entities. With the dream analogy, Shankara beautifully explains that whatever we see in the dreams become unreal when we wake up. Similarly, when we wake up from the slumber of Ajnana Nidra, by the grace of Guru, we understand and realize that there is nothing in the world other than the projection of Paramatma. Shankara explains Dakshinamurti as a Dakshaka. Who creates the universe, sustains it, and dissolves it like a Mahayogi or magician with his Maya Shakti. Just like a tree emerges from a small seed, the entire universe, which was in the seed-like state, manifests as the universe of countless Namarupa. Due to the Maya, we are not aware of the true nature and gets attached to the material things and gets trapped into samsara. To explain this, Shankara has given one more analogy of shining lamp placed under the multi-holed pot. Our body is like a pot and the Indriyas are the holes in that. Atma Chaitanya shines out through the Indriyas and light up the sense organs. Our body prevents us from seeing the truth that we are the Brahman due to our Maya. It is like during eclipse, we feel sun and moon are blocked by the shadow planets, Rahu, Ketu. In the same way, our true nature is blocked by Maya, which is avidya. Dakshinamurti is the Guru who is going to wake up the jiva from the slumber of ignorance by the Tattvamasi Upatesha. On spiritual awakening, one realizes that Brahman in himself. Shankara explains that Ishvara is the only cause that has manifested the entire universe. All that here is Ishvara. If one understands, then he will attain the Atma Jnanam and experience the ultimate supreme bliss. The last verse in the Falashruti, in which Shankara says, whoever chants this Shostram, meditate on this, contemplate on this, he becomes endowed with this great knowledge. Thus, in this Dakshinamurti Shostram, Shankara puts forth what is ignorance and how can one get out from the worldly attachments along with the path to moksha. Every stanza ends here as Tasmai Sri Gurumurtiye Namayitam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. My salutations to Dakshinamurti, who awakens the glory of Atma through his profound silence. Thank you, Amma, for giving an opportunity to share my understanding in this brilliant Dakshinamurti Slotram. Jai Jai Shankara, Har Har Sankara. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Kalyani, for this tuneful interpretation for us. I will now invite Jayashri to talk about the Saguna to Nirguna in Shiva Manasa Puja.
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. My namaskarams to Arsha Vidya Parampara and our Guru, Swamini Sumatmananda ji, on this auspicious Shankara Jayanti day. Shiva Manasa Puja, mental worship of God, is a small, short but profound prayer to Lord Shiva, composed by Adi Shankaracharya. Shiva is the formless truth, Brahman, who alone assumes all the forms of the world. He is Sarvagnya, Sarvashaktiman, Karmadhyaksha, Karma Kaladata. He fulfills our desires and destroys them as well, being the very source of spiritual knowledge. He is also the first teacher, Adi Guru, the initiator of the Guru Shishya Parampara, transmitted from beginningless time till now. Why do we worship? The individual worships to express our love, reverence, and gratitude, or out of helplessness, or to fulfill his desires. A sattvic person prays, may I improve myself. The Lord does not need to be worshipped or ask for the worship. It is we who stand to gain by worshipping him. Since it is easier for us to relate to an image, form, or idol, we use that to worship. This is Saguna Upasana, where we superimpose all the beauty and qualities we want the Lord to have onto his image. We start by worshipping an Ishta Devata who appeals to us. This is Ekarupa Upasana. As we progress in understanding, we worship the cosmic form, Aneka Rupa or Vishwarupa Upasana. With spiritual growth, this transforms into Arupa Upasana or worship of the formless Nirguna aspect of the Lord, where we can recognize Ishvara's essence, presence in every bit of creation. How should we worship? Puja is done with the body, Kaika, speech, Vachika, and the mind, Manasa. With concentration and feeling, we chant the mantras and perform the rituals. Hence, all three, body, speech, and mind are involved. Mental worship, Manasika Puja, however, is more difficult and subtle, as only the mind is involved, and hence there's only one support. The first three verses of Shiva Manasa Puja beautifully describe the worship of the formful aspect, Saguna Upasana. Everything in the world is created by him and belongs to him. In our worship, we pick out the best of the creation and offer it to him with love. The beauty and the sanctity of the offerings and the ceremony fulfill our senses and mind. By worshipping the Lord, our mind shifts from our body to the Lord's form and thus reduces our attachment and identification with our body. In verse 1, a bejeweled throne, Ratnaihi Kalpitam Asanam, a cool water ritual bath, Abhishekam that is, Himajalaihi Snanam, divine apparel, sandal paste, exotic flowers, bilva leaves are offered mentally. Dupam and Deepam is shown. In verse 2, 5 types of food are offered in gold vessels. Food cooked with devotion has a special flavor of love. After a sumptuous meal, ahara, it is time now for entertainment, vihara. In verse 3, Rajopacharam, music of the veena, rhythm, song and dance is offered with Sashtanga prostrations. The transition from Saguna to Nirguna Upasana is made in verse 4. What is the culmination of all ritualistic worship? Atma tvam girijamati sahachara prana shariram gruham puja te vishayopaboga rachana nidra samadhi sthitihi samchara padayo pradakshina vidhi stotrani sarva giro yadhyat karma karomi tad tadakilam shambho tavaradhanam. Atmatvam, thou art the self. The idol we worship represents Sarva Vyapi Ishvara. Being everywhere, the Lord also resides within us. He is the very self that expresses as I in all our experiences, the center of our world and existence. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15.15, the Lord says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. I reside in the heart's wall. Girijamati. My intellect is thy consort. Girija is Maya, who has three qualities of sattva, rajas, tamas. Sahachara, prana, the five vital airs, are his companions. Shariram griham, the body is the temple for the Lord, the self within. Pujate vishayopabhoga rachana, sense enjoyment is your worship. Nidra samadhi stitihi, my sleep is a state of meditation. Samchara hadayo pradakshina vidihi, knowing he is everywhere, all movements become sacred. Stotrani sarva giro, all words are thy praises. The Lord within is delighted by our words of love. He can be praised in any language. Yat karma karomi tad tadakilam shambho tavaradhanam. With such knowledge of oneness, whatever I do is his worship alone. We become conscious of our words, thoughts, and actions. Thus, we bring more and more Ishvara into our lives. The devotee ends the mental worship with seeking forgiveness, covering all his sins and mistakes. Paracharana. Yes.
Time is getting over. You're going to.
Okay. Only the Lord's compassion and inherent divine nature makes the Lord forgive us each time. May he shower his blessings on us always. Hara Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you for this information-filled recap of Shiva Manasa Puja. Jayashree, now we will we invite Sudha to present a bhajan.
Actually, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am presenting actually a Guru Stotram from Guru Gita, which is explaining the greatness of Guru. My pranams to Adi Shankara Bhagavad Bhata, who is the shining jewel of Bharat, and to the entire Guru Parampara, and to Amma. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvantvatītam gagana sadrisham Dvantvatītam gagana sadrisham Tattvamasyadi laksham Tattvamasyadi laksham Ekam nityam vimalamajalam Ekam nityam vimalamajalam Sarvadi sakshibhutam Sarvadi sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Thank you, Sudha, for the most melodious bhajan. The next Mananam by Dr. Padma will look at Bhajagovindam as a hammer to beat away moha.
Om Amma, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Pranams to Sri Shankara Bhagavad Pada. Namaskarams to my Guru and all Mumukshus. Summary of my topic, Bhajagovindam. In Bhajagovindam verses, Sri Shankara not only analyzes the pitfalls of human life to examine their goals and demolish our wrong thinking to pursue the right goal, but by giving instructions to follow path of devotion and self-purification by yoga and self-enquiry under the guidance of a devoted teacher of Guru Parampara. The first verse being Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshate Dukkam Karani. Sri Shankara here, the teacher who is a Brahmagnani, imparted this wholesome teaching in the form of 12 verses or Manjarika, known as Dwadasha Panjarika or Karpata Panjarika or Moha Mudgara or Chaturdasha Panjarika. Similar to a doctor giving painful medicines so harsh, Sri Shankara wants to hammer to beat away moha, to wealth, greed, attachment, infatuation from one's mind. The bitter truth to convert one's mind to change to a mumukshu to gain moksha. By Vairagya Viveka and self-realization, as Puja Swamiji calls it, conversion book. Example, King Janaka, a great ruler and gnani, stays with family but detached. The verse that most impressed me, Nalini dalagata jalamati taralam tattva jivitam atishaya chapalam Vidhi vyadabhimana grastam lokam shokahatam cha samastam. In this verse, Sri Shankara explains how time is precious and life is extremely volatile, unpredictable. Like a water droplet rolls off a lotus petal or leaf or on a hot dosa pan, evaporates. So wake up and see the truth. Example, in COVID, tsunami, Uttarakhand landslide, Ukraine war, unexpected, unbelievable lives lost globally. Dismiss greed for wealth, accumulation, example, Adanis, Ambanis, or traders fleecing poor farmers to extreme step to commit suicide. But distribute part of earned or inherited wealth to the poor or needy in charity and donations. Do not postpone Shravanam to get permanent peace and happiness. As children, we played with expensive toys, bought expensive clothes, and traveled a lot, and regret in old age not having attended Vedanta classes or did not do punya karmas. Only jnanis like Sri Raman Maharshi, due to Purva Janma Phala, get enlightened very young at an age of 8. Verse that most impressed me, Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nishchalatatvam, Nishchalatatve Jivan Muktiha. In this, Sri Shankara teaches us about association with wise people and bhajans, gives that calm, peace and happiness and steady mind. Delusion ceases. Example, if a water droplet falls in a shell, it becomes a pearl, but in gutter water, it goes down the drain. Steadiness of mind makes a person get liberated while alive. Example, as a train passenger, we do not know when our turn or station comes to get off or life ceases. Detach from worldly life and attach to the divine. Do not have arrogance about wealth and beauty. Example, heroes and heroines earn fame and wealth, but lasts only temporarily. Satsanga is the only boat to help us cross the ocean of birth and death. Rich person sleeps in luxury, yet takes sedatives, while a poor person, having no fear or worries, sleeps happily on roadside or railway platform. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम् इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे. Here again and again, born in different countries or costumes, to different parents, to free us from this sorry-go-round, not merry-go-round of samsara chakra. Only Govinda can protect us, and those who know Upanishads, Shastra, Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama regular practice to gain eternal bliss. Practice yoga and meditation, pranayama, and withdraw from materialistic things. Without wasting any more time, get freed from the world by being devoted to the lotus feet of the Guru, by controlling senses and mind to realize the supreme reality or Atma Tattvam. Example, Nachiketa asks Yama for that knowledge to jump out of the samsara chakra in Katha Upanishad. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Puja Swamiji says, born is gone. Finally, these being my takeaways from Bhajagovindam, 4 highly impressed verses. As a kid, only heard Bhajagovindam by my father, but never knew the meaning until you, Amma, explained this wonderful text of Adi Shankara to us. Thank you so much, Amma. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Dr. Padma, for this most impactful tips to the Mumukshu. I will now call upon Gayatri Ramagopal to present her Mananam on ancient solutions to modern problems.
Om Amma, Om to all, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So far, some of you enlightened us. The topic is on the screen. So far, some of you enlightened us with the pearls of wisdom. Now, let's come to the so-called problems of the Vivaharika world. Where are the solutions? Where else? They are in the own Shastras. Today, let's explore that. Let's start with lifestyle challenges. The pictures depict today's youth problems. Can you see the pictures? I'm not able to.
Yes, you can see the pictures. They're okay. On the screen. Yeah. Your
Sorry.
On. Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's start with lifestyle health challenges. When confronted with lifestyle health challenges, the Atharva Veda 1.6.1 invokes the healing power of nature's herbs, reminding us of the importance of holistic well-being. Meanwhile, the Bhagavad Gita 6.17 underscores the significance of moderation in our lifestyle choices, fostering balance and vitality. Bhajagovindam urges us to consider health over material pursuits, finding contentment within. Next, anxiety and stress. Addressing this major problem that we find in all the age groups, Gita 6.19 teaches yoga as a journey to self-awareness, offering inner peace amid life's chaos. Dakshinamurti Sostram highlights the wisdom of waking up from the dream world, while Bhajagovindam reminds us of the enduring value of virtue to transcend the fleeting anxieties. So what is the practical solution suggested? Cultivate virtues that would calm the mind. Do meditation, breathing, and yogic exercises. Next, let's confront another major problem of the day, loneliness and isolation that can manifest differently across various age groups due to the factors like social exclusion, studies, work, or age-related issues. Gita 10.9 extols the joy found in the company of wise people, fostering connection and support. Chandogya Upanishad 7.26.1 and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 2.4.6 emphasize the unity and interconnectedness of all beings with the self. Recognize that everything, including your thoughts, originate from the self. And also learn about the 24 unusual gurus of Avaduta and what he learned from them. So what else do you require? Seek the guidance and companionship of wise mentors and gurus and make Shastras your friends. You will be surprised how much engaged you are now. Let's move on to another pressing issue among youth with far-reaching consequences, addiction and substance abuse. This problem finds resonance in the teachings of the Gita 2.62 and 63. Sangat sanjayate kamaha buddhinashat pranashyati. Gita 6.25 and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 1.3.28 also offer guidance in overcoming attachment and delusion to attain true liberation. How should we interpret the wisdom to find the solution? Practice self-discipline, cultivate inner strength, redirect your attention in fulfilling activities like social service and spiritual pursuits step by step. Now let's go to the next topic, optimal mental wellness. This means how much a man is capable of coping with samsara effectively. In that pursuit of mental wealth, Gita 6.5 elucidates the profound influence of our thoughts on our behavior. Katha Upanishad 1.3.3 and Atmabodha verse 6 advocate to control the mind to find inner peace and fulfillment. What does this imply? Nurture contentment, cultivate a life of balance and harmony, try to overcome Deha Abhimana gradually and wake up to the eternal reality through spiritual growth. Now, we're all in the Zoom meeting. Let's talk about this technology as well. Yes, we all need digital devices and online platforms today. Agreed. But what about technology addiction and misuses? Excessive dependency often lead to negative impacts on health and social interactions. In this context, the Mahabharata cautions against becoming enslaved by technology. In Vanaparva 185.5, advocating for mindfulness in its use. Recall the chariot imagery given in Katha Upanishad that teach how Viveka and Vairagya help the life chariot not to veer off the dharmic path. Hence, exercise moderation in its use, harness the benefits, but don't fall a prey to its pitfalls. Similarly, as we stand at the precipice of the artificial intelligence revolution, Gita 16.16 and Chanakya Niti 2.8 warn us of the dangers of pride, arrogance, and misuse of knowledge that would ensure utter destruction. Hence, develop a deep sense of responsibility, upholding ethical principles. In conclusion, I would say, for any of the problems for which you need a solution, irrespective of any age, approach a wise spiritual guru like our Swamini Amma and Pujya Swamiji, and equip yourself with the tools to navigate the complexities of modern life. My pranams to the Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Gayatri, for the most engaging talk. Now, Vijaya will enlighten us on a Shishya's Guru Bhakti.
Please unmute yourself, Vijaya. Vijaya ji, unmute yourself.
Hara Hara Shankara, Jai Jai Shankara, Hara Hara Shankara, Jai Jai Shankara. It's a small anecdote which brought a great change in Giri's life. When Adi Shankara was at Sringeri, he accepted a disciple endowed with great humility named Anandagiri. Giri had neither the learning of Sureshwaracharya or Padmapada, nor the realization of Astamalaka. However, Giri was unrivaled in scrupulous personal attention to the Acharya. He found pleasure in looking after the personal comforts of the Acharya as a devoted servant. When Acharya returned from Bhiksha, he rushed and washed his feet. He would prepare the seat before the commencement of the class. He would fan his guru when the class went on. His co-disciples naturally entertained a lesser idea of his intellect. He would get up in the middle of the night to see whether his master was sleeping well, and sometimes covered him with a blanket. Giri seemed uninterested in his studies. His task included washing his guru's clothes, cooking for him, picking flowers for daily puja, and after all his course, he used to sit at the back of the class, listening with rapt attention to his guru, never once opening his mouth. He felt sad that he cannot pass on the teachings and legacy of his guru like the other Shishyas. He knows that he is not understanding anything what his guru says. One day, all the disciples were seated to listen to the Guru's teaching, but Giri was conspicuous by his absence. Guru noticed the absence of Giri and waited. The other disciples understood and exchanged glances. Padmapada continuously gazed at a pillar, drawing others' attention to it. He tried to silently point out that Giri was like a lifeless pillar, and teaching him was as good as teaching a blank wall. The Guru read the thoughts of his disciples. Compassion arose in the heart of the Guru. It was like a wick touching the fire. This experience was transferred to the Shishya who was washing the clothes in the river. Giri suddenly got up, rushed to the ashram, and stood at the entrance and recited, Vidita kila sastra sudha jalate, mahitopanishad katitatnite, hridaye kalaye vimalam charanam, pavashankarame, charanam charanam, pavashankarame, charanam charanam. There are 8 stanzas praising the Guru. So this Viditamaya Vishadaika Kala Nachakinchana Kanchana Asti Guru Dhritameva Videha Kripam Sahajam Bhava Shankara Desika Me Charanam. I do not possess the slightest knowledge, nor do I have any sort of wealth. Bestow your grace on me by my refuge, O Master Shankara. Guru bestowed the awareness that you are Purnam, nothing is lacking in you. And this is the Chit Anubhava. This is how he became the greatest scholar, and he was able to compose the Todakashtakam. Sri Gurubhyo Namah.
Thank you, Vijaya, for this most beautiful talk. Uma will now do the Mangalati at her altar.
ஓம் அம்மா நமஸ்காரம், சர்வேபியோ நமஸ்காரா. நான் இப்போ ஒரு மங்களம் சாங் பாடி தீபஹாரதி காட்டுறேன்.
Very good.
மங்களம் பிரம்மரூபாய மங்களம் குருரூபிணே மங்களம் தத்வபோதாய சங்கராயாய மங்களம் சங்கராயாய மங்களம் மங்களம் பிரம்மரூபாய மங்களம் குருரூபிணே மங்களம் தத்வபோதாய சங்கராயாய மங்களம் சங்கராயாய மங்களம் மங்களம் சிவரூபாய மங்களம் சங்கராய ச சிவாம்பதனூஜாய சங்கராயாய மங்களம் சங்கராயாய மங்களம் மங்களம் சத்யபோதாய மங்களம் சத்யரூபிணே அத்வைதாச்சார்ய பிரயாய அத்வைதாச்சார்ய பிரியாய சங்கராயாய மங்களம் சங்கராயாய மங்களம் மங்களம் வேதவேத்யாய வேதஞாய மங்களம் மங்களம் வேதரூபாய சங்கராயாய மங்களம் சங்கராயாய மங்களம் சங்கராயாய மங்களம். இப்போ நிவேதன் அந்த புஷ்பம் மணி కేసరి నివేద్యం అండ్ ఫలాని గురుభ్యో
Kesari.
உங்களுக்கும் நமஸ்காரம். எல்லாருக்கும் நமஸ்காரம். குருபியோ நமः. குருவுக்கு நமஸ்காரம். குருபியோ நமः.
Thank you, Uma. Have you finished?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for conducting the aarti so beautifully.
Thank you.
Amma, do we share the video of the aarti conducted by Puja Swamiji?
Yes. You have it?
I will try and share that.
So just tell them. Now we're going to see Shankara Mangalam Arati that was videoed in our ashram in Rishikesh. Short one. Shankaraaya Shankaraaya Mangalam Shankari Manu.
Audio is not visible, like not audible.
It's not coming through?
Audio. Picture is there.
I'm not able to increase the volume. Are you able to, would you be able to get it, Emma?
Let me see. Yeah, just stop sharing.
I can get it up for you, Deepa.
Okay, that will be great.
Yeah. Shall I share my screen?
Yes.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Shankari Manogaraya Shashvataya Mangalam Shankaraya 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 Mangalam Shankari Manogaraya Shashvataya Mangalam Sundaraya Mangalam Sanathanaya Mangalam Chimaya Tanmaya Tanmaya Mangalam Anantaya Mangalam Tirantanaya Mangalam Tirantaraya Mangalam Purandaraya Mangalam Achanchalaya Mangalam Tanaya Mangalam Jagat Shivaya Mangalam Namah Shivaya Mangalam 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 Ananda Mangalam 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 Dayananda Mangalam 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 Dayananda Mangalam.
Thank you, Hema. We will close today's Shankara Jayanti celebration with the Swasti prayers by Amma. Om Tat Sat.
Swasti Prajaya Paripalantam Swasti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Jai Jai Shankara, Hara Hara Shankara. It was indeed a lovely eventful day today, and I was so happy to be at the receiving end of all your talks. And when we are going through, topic by topic, each of you, it is a wonderful effort, that you could put in exactly the contents, whether it is the Jnanam is a matter of cognitive understanding. Indira spoke about, then Bharati, how from Apara we come to Para, from the relative to the absolute, and the journey from Ekarupa to Anekarupa by Jayashree, and wonderful takeaways by Hema. Yeah? And also the swastika on the kesari by Uma is fantastic. See, that's the drawback. We cannot have the prasadam, but of course we are all blessed to see the beautiful arati at the end. And it is also sukshmam, isn't it? When you feel you're blessed, by watching an arati, by presenting a talk, or by chanting some prayers, then you already have the prasada. So prasada has so many connotations. We know that already. Prasada buddhi. That's why we call it, no?
happy with the way things are. Some of you spoke about that. I think it was Bharati. That whatever is, let us give up the resistance and joyously receive it as prasadam. So it is really nice. The day one, I think, concluded very, very auspiciously. And thanks to all the joyous participation of all the students, I'm very happy. I'm really proud of each one of you. And special thanks to Hema and Deepa, who I was constantly giving them inputs. They kept changing and updating it according to my inputs. So we will meet tomorrow for day 2. And now let us conclude with the Swasti mantras. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Shobharahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Jai Jai Shankara Hara Hara Shankara Jai Jai Shankara Hara Hara Shankara Tat Sat